Okay, we're going to go over 34 and 36, and then I'll cut you loose to do a few. So if I look at 34, I already spaced this out. My common denominator is 3 and r minus 1. I'm just going to put them both. So I have 3 and r minus 1. 3 and r minus 1. 3 and r minus 1. Throw some parentheses in there just for good measure. Okay, so cancel stuff out. The r minus 1 cancels out. The 3 cancels out. The r minus 1 cancels out. Go ahead and attempt to write the next line and continue on if you feel good. I'll pause this for a minute. Okay, so distribute the 3 here. 3r plus 3 is equal to r times both of those, r squared minus r plus 6. Okay, just 2 times 3 there. Okay, I like my r squared to be positive, so let's get rid of everything over here. Minus 3r, minus 3r, minus 3, minus 3. Okay, r squared, negative r minus 3r, that's negative 4r plus 3. And let me pause this, let you finish it off. Okay, so I have 0 equals, numbers that multiply to 3 and add the negative 4, that's r minus 1 and r minus 3. So that will give me the solutions 1 and 3. And did you check those? The 1 won't work, right? If you put in 1 for r here, 1 minus 1 is 0, and that will make you divide by 0. You can't do that. The 3 will work, though. That will give me good denominators there. So the 1 is extraneous. We don't need it. Okay, one more. We'll do number 36. And 36 is this is as hard as they will get. And you just have to factor first to make your denominators match a little better. So I didn't space it out yet. So a couple of things that I noticed as I look across here. This factors, d squared minus 4 factors. Remember, it's difference of 2 squares. Let me make this note off to the side before I continue. And this is d plus 2 and d minus 2. Okay, numbers that multiply to negative 4 and add to 0, or just, well, hey, the square root of d squared is d, the square root of 4 is 2, d plus 2, d minus 2. Now, if I make this d plus 2 and d minus 2, which I'm going to do, I need this to be d minus 2, so it will match. So I can actually flip it around as long as we throw that negative out there. Remember when we canceled stuff out that was in the wrong order, we just had to make it negative? Let me show you this little trick. Leave some room. I'm going to put plus 2 over d minus 2. So what I did here is I switched 2 minus d to d minus 2. And that left a negative, but it was like minus a negative, so it made it a plus. So basically, you can switch the order of a subtraction as long as you change the sign out front. So that's totally legal, which is beautiful. And then this will be d plus 2 and d minus 2. So I had to do a couple things to help me find this common denominator. I had to make the 2 minus d minus 2, and then switch the sign out front. And then d squared minus 4 is d plus 2 and d minus 2. Now I can see my common denominator. I'm going to need a d plus 2 and a d minus 2. Now what makes a good common denominator? Well, a good common denominator will cancel out all my denominators. Okay, so will this cancel out all my denominators? That's the ultimate test. Will it work? Well, yeah, this d plus 2 will cancel out. The d minus 2 will cancel out. And both of these will cancel out. So as long as I end up with no denominators, I'm a happy camper. Okay, go ahead and try to write out the next step there and try to solve it. I'll give you a minute. Okay, the next step, distribute the d. This will be d squared minus 2d plus 2d plus 4 equals d plus 6. Okay, let's make it equal 0 minus d minus 6. Let's combine up our like terms here. D squared Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. Minus 1 is negative 1. So d squared minus 1d. 4 minus 6 is negative 2. So I had kind of a mess over there, but combine your like terms. Okay, numbers that multiply to negative 2 and add the negative 1. That's going to be negative 2 and positive 1. So those are your answers. The 2 is actually extraneous, right? The 2 won't work because 2 minus 2 will give you 0, or 2 squared is 4 minus 4 will also give me a 0 there. So the 2 won't work, but the negative 1 will. So my solution here is negative 1. Okay, those 5, let's get rid of that. Those 4 problems. 27, 29, 33, 35. Try those out. Hoorah.